In this short video, I'll explain how to fill in the footwear spreadsheet to create products in our system. So we use Coresense for our inventory management. Okay, so I highlighted the spreadsheet in different colors, so it will be easy for us to navigate the spreadsheet. I'll explain each color separately. I highlighted only columns that we need to fill in information in blue color. So the first column is the SKU. As you can see here in the sample product, SKU, we use the UPC codes or barcodes as a SKU. And the next column is the internal SKU. It is also a short description to this SKU. So basically, this internal SKU will explain what this barcode belongs to. So for instance, barcode SKU UPC belongs to this style number and to that size. Okay, the next column is the barcode column. So barcode column, UPC column, and this vendor SKU column, we use UPCs for all these columns. So you don't have to change anything. It is usually, I put the formula. So as you can see, it pulls the information from the SKU column. So you can just pay attention that there's a barcodes there and it's pulling the correct barcode. And you can skip to the next blue column, which is manufacturer ID. Coresense generated separate IDs for each manufacturer. Here's the list of all the manufacturers. And next to each manufacturer, there's an ID. For instance, here, this is Nike SB. So 116, let's see, Nike SB. As you can see, it has 116 product manufacturer ID number. That's why it is 116. Okay, let's skip green colors for now. Black columns, and here's the vendor ID. Vendor ID is the ID that we assign to each vendor or manufacturer. Right here we have Nike SB. Let's see. It is 140. That's why it's here, the 40 number. Next column is vendor SKU. It's basically the same as a barcode. Next is default cost, is the unit price of the product. So that's the cost we pull from invoices. So I'll explain you more details about how to calculate the final unit price in a few minutes. Okay, let's move on. Product grid column. Product grid ID is determined by the size run. So for instance, for size 7, we need to see to which grid it belongs. So it is kids size 7. So as you can see, it is in this list. Here it is, size 7. So it belongs to product grid number 3. So number 3 is here. Okay, next blue column is the size. We simply put the size of the product. Next blue column is a width. Not all the products had width. We put width only if there's any. So in our example, size 7 doesn't have any width, which means it's just a standard width. We just leave it blank. Next column is colors. So we put the product color. Next column is the name. We use brand, product, model name, and department name, and product type to create the name. So as you can see, Nike is a brand name, Air Max 95 GS is model name, Boys is the department name, Grade School Sneakers is a product type, and at the end we put the style number, which is 307565-053. So that's how we make the name. Next blue column is the part number. Part number is also known as style number. So that's the style number of the product. Next column is manufacturer ID. So it is the same as the manufacturer ID we put in the beginning of the spreadsheet. Here it is. So I put a small formula, so it pulls the manufacturer ID from the first time we entered, so you don't have to enter manually here. And the next blue column is manufacturer suggested retail price, MSRP or retail price. So here's the retail price. Next blue column is the department. We have different types of departments like men's, women's, girls, boys, and unisex. We don't have kids. So when putting the department, make sure that the first letter is uppercase, and that's it. For instance, this department, this product belongs to boys. So it's gonna be like this, boys. And this next blue column is the merchandise hierarchy class. So it's gonna be footwear for everything, for all the shoes, sandals, basically for all the footwear. That's it for all the blue columns. Now let's move to the green columns. Basically all the green columns, we don't change anything, just make sure that values are there. So make sure that there's, like, by mistake we didn't delete anything. For instance, I'll explain this product ID green column. So if there's no value in here, that means that the product will not be active when we upload this product to our system. That's why this value should be here as 1, and we don't delete it. It should be here and we don't change it. So basically not changing value. Okay, we have more green here, but basically we usually stop where the merchandise hierarchy column is. We don't go all the way to the right, but I suggest to go to the right to see if the values for the green columns are there. Okay, the black colored columns are, just skip them. I colored it in black so it doesn't it doesn't take our attention. Here's an example of how to fill in the spreadsheet for this invoice. In this invoice we have 2 products we need to create. For most of the brands we have B2B accounts. We pull product information like UPC codes, product description, sizes, retail prices, and information similar to that from those B2B accounts. In this case, I'm trying to create Nike products, and I already downloaded the product information for these 2 products. First thing, we open the spreadsheet, and after we downloaded the product information from B2B, we simply start filling in information. So first column that we need to fill in is SKU column. So as I explained earlier, SKU is just the UPC. Here's my UPCs that I need. I just simply copy it and paste under that SKU column. Here it is. So it automatically filled all this barcode, UPC, and vendor SKU. For the next column, I'll skip this for now because it's gonna fill in itself. Next is column manufacturer ID. It is Nike. Let's check manufacturer ID for Nike. Nike is 21. So 21 is here. Next column is vendor ID. What is vendor ID for Nike? It is 35. It's here. Next column is the default cost. We take from invoice. So on this invoice, as you can see, there are 2 prices. One is 45 and the other one is, for instance, 43.20. So we took the discounted price and we add the freight charge to that price, and I have already calculated. So for in our case, so the discounted prices, as you can see, discounted price is 40, this column, and I calculated the freight by, so we had $15.77 to ship 29 pairs. So 54 cents is per item freight charge, and the final unit price, final cost per item is $43.74. So I simply copy this column and paste it here where the default cost column is. Let's move to next column. Is grid. So as I already explained, we need to see the size run to determine to which product ID it belongs. So we have sizes starting from 4 to all the way up to 14. So let's open the grid. So we have size for first grid has sizes starting from 3 to 20. So it belongs to this product number 1, product grid ID number 1. So it's here. Let's move to the next is the size column. Okay, here's my size column from the B2B file. Simply copy, paste. There's no width here, so I skip. And the next column is color. I have color description column here from B2B account. Okay, simply copy and paste. Move on to next product. Okay, so from this next product, okay, let's leave the name for a second and move to the next column, which is part number. Part number is a style number here. I'll simply copy, paste. Okay, next column is manufacturer number. It already pulled from the first manufacturer information we entered, which is here. So I don't make any changes here. I just simply move on to next column, which is retail price. Retail price is this one, price suggested retail. I'll simply copy and paste here. Okay, next column is a department. Let's see what it is. It is men's, as you can see here. So I don't change anything, and it's footwear. Let's move back to the product name. How we make the name for the product. We basically take the brand name or the manufacturer name. Then we take the product name. Then we take department name. Then product type, and finally style number or part number. So this is the small formula how to make the. Let's create a product name to our styles. Let's go back to our file. Here is the style name. Simply copy and paste here. So as you can see, now we have the brand name, model name, but we're missing a department name and the product type and the style number. So we can simply add all this information that we need, which is L men's sneakers, and here's the style number. Here's the style number, you see? So now we have a name, Nike Zoom Stefan Janoski L men's sneakers. We can simply copy it and drag to our product, first product, and here's the second product. So it is men's sneakers. Let's put the style, copy the style number. Here's the style number. So we have our name ready. Let's go back to the beginning of our spreadsheet. If you remember, we skipped column internal SKU because I said it's gonna fill in itself, and as you can see, it filled itself. So basically it pulled style number here and the size from here and gave us short description to our barcode. First column is a product ID column. It should stay blank when you're creating a new product. So make sure that you don't put anything here. It stays blank. And the next, these white columns are optional columns. You can skip them, but if you have information, you can fill in that information. So we are sure that this is the sneakers, so we can leave the sneakers. If you're putting the sandals, you can type sandals here. If it's Oxford shoes, for instance, you type Oxford shoes here, and so on. So the next is the material. So if you know what is the material, for instance, maybe it could be leather, or it could be suede, and so on. Use, it could be running shoes, for instance, or it could be walking shoes, or it could be dress shoes. For features, it could be lace up, or it could be high heel, or it could be an Air Max pump, like different features. And for the model, you can put the product model name. So actually we have the model name here, style name is the model name. You can simply copy and paste it here. And here it is. What is next? White column is the description. So this is the description. This column we use to put the product description in, but you can skip it. And let me show you a small trick how to quickly make the name. You can use the small formula. I need the product name to pull model name. So let's put the space between. And I need to put the department name. Let's put space. Then the footwear type. And finally, style number. Okay, now it's ready. You don't manually create name. So for instance, if we don't have this information here, I simply copy my formula, drag to the style where it ends, and copy paste. So it created the name for me. So as you can see, the first one is a sandal because I need to change it to sneakers. That's it. Now I need to save this file. I scroll down, determine where the product ends. So I need to clear all this information below that we don't need, because if we leave all these values here, system will recognize this as an error, so we don't need that. That's why I simply delete everything, and I'll delete the sample rows also, sample and the separating rows. So pretty much we have left only the product information. Let's recap. So first column we put the barcodes, the internal SKU we put the short description to the barcode. So barcode, UPC, and vendor SKU, all these columns pull information from this SKU column. Next is the manufacturer ID. So we pulled this from our manufacturer ID list. Next column is a vendor ID. We pulled vendor ID from our vendor ID list. The default cost, we calculated unit cost per item from the invoice. And the product grid, we simply went to our product grid list and determined to which ID it belongs. Next, we simply put the sizes, colors, name, style number, manufacturer ID, one more time here, and retail price. Finally, two columns are the department and the hierarchy. So pretty much it.